At Wind River Resort and Casino, we like to celebrate life's little moments. Oh, and the big ones too, because around here, when you're completely in the moment, that's when the magic happens. Come in and find your moment at Wind River Resort and Casino.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Mike Krueger. This is Coffee with Krueger every weekday morning at 7 a.m. I haven't shaved. It's Friday. It's casual. All right, why not? My eye seems to be looking a little better. My wife and I were kind of looking at it last night, still a little puffy, but looks like we're starting to get on the improved side. Doesn't look like someone punched me in the face. Oof. So a good way to start Friday, right? With some a better eyes and not as puffy and some kind of weird allergy thing that was going on. I'm not exactly sure what's going on. Well, good morning to you, Krista, and good morning to all of you that are watching this morning. Now, if you have the Weather NorCal app, you may have noticed that I stopped for the most part because I didn't want to inundate you with push notifications every single morning to remind you to watch Coffee with Krueger. However, if there's some kind of event or a big weather event, maybe just kind of a quick reminder for those of you that may not watch all the time. And I did a push notification this morning because why? Well, I've been mentioning that we are going to be announcing the winners of the Reading Rodeo tickets. So, last night, what I did is I took all of the names that had entered and I put them, I wrote them all down. Took a while, but I did it, and I cut them all out, and then I put them in a hat, and I shook them all up, and I had my wife pick 5 names. So we have 5 winners for the Reading Rodeo ticket giveaway. Is everybody ready? I want a show of hands if you're ready. No hype, just weather. Okay. I'm going to see those numbers. I want to see those numbers kind of go up. Now, I'm going to announce them now, and then I'll announce them a little bit later when more people start kind of coming on in here. But, all right, without further delay, let's get you to it. Here it is. Here are the 5 winners, and they are Cynthia McIntosh. Now, these are, of course, no particular order. Casey Kerrigan, Trent King, Dwayne, which for some reason didn't want to give me his last name, and Angelina Darker. Congratulations to you all. You are the lucky winners of the Reading Rodeo tickets. So here's what's going to happen. I'm going to be contacting you to find out, where I can get those tickets to you, how we can get those tickets to you. And you are going to be able to pick 2 tickets for you and a guest for either Wednesday night, Thursday night, Friday night, or Saturday night. Now, of course, that's all going to be pending on who gets there first, right? Who gives me their requests. But I've got tickets for all 4 of the nights. So you let me know which ones you want, and I'll put those aside for you. And then we'll see about how we can get those out to you as well. So, congratulations to Cynthia McIntosh, Casey Kerrigan, Trent King, Dwayne, and Angela Darker. All right, let's go ahead and get you out the door this morning, taking a look at our forecast. And yes, it's going to be on the mild side. Now, it's still a little breezy in some spots here this morning, but the winds overall are just not going to be as strong as they have been over the last few days. And even in the mountains, we are looking at significantly warmer weather than we've seen here. Look at the temperatures out there right now. Some of the cooler spots are in Bernie and Chester, but otherwise, Alturas, Susanville, you're in the mid to upper 40s right now, 38 degrees for Quincy. A little bit chilly right now in Trinity County, but still close to 40 at the current hour. Mid to upper 40s for places like Willow Creek and Hoopa, and 50 to 60 degrees along the coast. Now, you look at the winds, yeah, not that bad. Fairly calm winds for the most part across the board. Now look at the big void of clouds over the eastern Pacific, and not to mention over the western United States. That's because high pressure is building. And look at over southern Nevada. You see the clouds kind of spinning around an area of low pressure? Those clouds could eventually maybe bring a chance for a few thunderstorms for places like Yosemite. right? But that's way to our south. That's not going to have really impact on us. So let's take a look at futurecast throughout the day today. And yeah, maybe a couple of those cumulus clouds developing in the higher elevations later this afternoon, but that'll take several hours. It's not until this afternoon that will happen, and then those clouds will dissipate by tonight. Here are the high temperatures we saw yesterday, and we did actually reach 91 for Oroville. That was the warm spot yesterday. Elsewhere in the valley, we were able to dodge that 90-degree mark. But look at Hoopa, 89 for your high, almost saw 90 yesterday. Take you out to Alturas, the high of 70 yesterday, and Quincy about 71 degrees. So here's what we have in store for us today. Temperatures in the valley, I don't think we're going to dodge the 90s. We are going to be in the 90s anywhere you go in the valley. All right, so basically between 90 and 93 for those daytime highs. In the mountains, it's warming up too, mainly in the 70s, but some of the warmer spots like Mount Shasta City, 80, right? Trinity Center, 82. Look at Trinity County, 85 for Weaverville, 81 Ruth. And even along the coast, I mean, you're getting in the low to mid 70s, and then you start heading more and more inland, it gets warmer and warmer. So places like Klamath, 83, Garberville, 90, Fortuna, about 82 degrees. All right, so here's your Mother's Day weekend forecast. And you can see we're going to be in the low 90s. It's going to be sunny, it's going to be warm, but keep in mind, those mornings, those evenings, not quite as bad. I've included a slight chance for showers for Weaverville on Sunday. But here's what I'm going to say. Don't count on it. Most likely it'll be dry, but I don't want you to be surprised if you see a passing sprinkle or a light shower, but mostly dry for today and through the entire weekend in Trinity County. How about the coast? It's dry, but you're going to notice more clouds coming in through the weekend. By Sunday, we're going from 74 today to 62 degrees by your Mother's Day. How about Mount Shasta City? Well, temperatures are going to be a little bit warmer, low 80s. A few more clouds on Saturday, but dry. It's Sunday. We could see a slight chance for a stray shower, maybe even a thunderstorm. But again, it's one of those don't count on it. Most areas in Siskiyou County, including maybe Mount Shasta, most likely won't even see any activity. But there are going to be a few select spots that might see some of that activity. Same story for Modoc County as well. It's actually getting warmer on Sunday with a high of about 80 degrees. Susanville and the Eastern Mountains in general, you've got temperatures also warming up, and same situation. Isolated showers, isolated thunderstorms here for your Sunday afternoon. All right, let's go and take a look at your 7-day outlook here, and what we've got here are temperatures in the mid to upper 90s. Tuesday, Wednesday, and then another slight drop on Thursday. Now, when you look at this 7-day forecast, you may have apps out there that are showing you close to, if not right around 100 degrees by the end of next week. You may have seen it on other different 7-day forecasts. There's a reason for that. There's a reason why some of those apps and some of those places are reporting that. And we'll get into that in the deeper dive forecast here in a bit. But for now, I'm not. I can't set it in stone just yet because there are a lot of different variables we have to look at and different forecast models that we have to look at, and they are disagreeing big time on what we can expect toward the end of next week. All right, here's your coast, inland, and Trinity County forecast, and you can see I got that chance in there for Sunday, but again, don't count on it. It's warming up next week. I think we've got a warm weekend. It should be a little bit warmer for your Tuesday, Wednesday across the board. But then again, you can see temperatures fairly warm, really even going into the end of next week. Hey, this is kind of interesting. I wanted to show you this. You may see this on social media. Yes, Anthony, the winners were announced. I will be announcing them again after my main forecast. All right, so yeah, you just missed it, but you have to kind of stick around for that. But I wanted to show you this because you're going to see this all over social media. So there has been some pretty big activity, sun, right? The sun put out some pretty big solar flares, all that good stuff. And when that happens, when you get this excessive amount of energy on the sun, then we tend to see the aurora borealis kind of shift a little bit to the south sometimes, okay? So this is tonight's aurora forecast. Now, the areas in red is where you're typically going to see it. The areas in green is going to be a little bit more difficult. And below that, to the south of that, you see this red line. That is the very southernmost tip where there's a chance, a slight chance, you might get to see the aurora. And notice it just kind of clips Northern California here for tonight. Now, I will say this, tomorrow night, that line is actually going to shift to the south and will make its way into extreme Northern California, say Modoc County, for example. Now, again, is this guaranteed that you're going to see the aurora? No, but if you're kind of in a dark area, kind of within that view line, that red line, it might be worth maybe going out late at night and checking it out, because wouldn't that be kind of a spectacular sight to see? So it'll be interesting to see over the next couple of nights if some of these northernmost states of the United States actually see the aurora. Should be interesting. Of course, Alaska will see it. There's no doubt there, right? Main Street Chico this morning. There you can see the mainly sunny skies out there. Looks like traffic is flowing. You know, when you have a camera zoomed in like that, it doesn't take much to get that camera shaking around in the wind. But yeah, it's a little breezy in some spots out there this morning. So don't be fooled. Yes, you're going to walk out through the day and you'll be like, oh man, it's a little bit more breezy than I was hoping. Yes, it will be, but it's not going to be a major wind event. There's a look at Sundial Bridge Drive on Highway 44. Taking a look at Lake Oroville, North Forebay. Now, things are looking pretty good there. The lake is like glass. The winds aren't all that strong there. Kind of a nice day out there. Maybe take the kayak, should be a good day. But look at Lake Oroville from this perspective. Kind of more open part of the lake here, and look how choppy the water is. Pretty gusty winds out there. So we are seeing some winds in some areas here. All right, today is Friday. We have got our pet of the week. So what do you say we meet our pet of the week? Super cute. Now, I will say this. When I first went out to meet Bethany, the pet of the week, it barked at me a little bit. It wasn't like one of those like, oh, I'm going to bite your head off type of bark, but just like, hey, I don't know you. I just want you to know that I'm a little unsure. But that was about it. My dog, Nessie, is the sweetest thing on the planet. She does that to people all the time, especially men for some reason. But Bethany is a pit mix with just that perfect amount of youthful energy. So let's get right to it. Your pet of the week at Haven Humane Society, sponsored by Cottonwood Vet and Small Animal Clinic. Hello everyone, Mike Krueger from Weather NorCal. This is Pet of the Week, sponsored by Cottonwood Vet and Small Animal Clinic. We are here at Haven Humane Society. Got Katrina from Haven Humane, and we have got Bethany. This is kind of an interesting mix. Is there pit here? What's going on?
Yeah, we just have her as a pit mix.
Okay.
It can be, kind of white like this, and you can't really tell right now because of the way she's standing, but on her hind end, she has some kind of more brownish tan spots, and she's got one on her side over here that's really cute.
She really is gorgeous.
She
looks pretty young too.
She is. She's about 1.5 years.
A year and a half. You're a youngster.
Yeah, no, she's super sweet though. She definitely has a lot of personality. She's very outgoing, very exuberant. She can be very vocal too. As she was talking at you when you first met her.
She talked to me a little bit, but it wasn't like, I didn't feel intimidated. So I think she's just saying, hey, I don't know you. I just want to make sure you're good, and I want you to know I'm boss. Right? Pretty much. No.
Yeah, no, she's super sweet. She's done really good with other dogs. She's really playful with other dogs. She actually met another shelter dog this morning, and she was really funny. And just dancing around him and having a good time. So she could probably overwhelm an older dog that doesn't want to play around and wrestle.
Yes.
But she's super friendly, super sweet, and she's only about 40 pounds too, so she's a good size for people if they don't, aren't able to have a very big dog or a very strong dog, because she is really good on the leash.
Really is super sweet. Like I say, kind of the chatter at the very beginning, not a big deal, but boy, once she got to know me, she was super sweet, licking my face, the works. So if someone wanted to adopt Bethany, what would it cost?
So actually, we're still doing the Bissell Empty the Shelter promotion right
nice.
now. So until the 15th, there is no adoption fee for any dog or cat in the shelter. So only a licensing fee would apply.
All right, that is fantastic. Well, if you're interested in Bethany, be sure to give the number on your screen a call. It's, of course, at the bottom of your screen right here. And we will be back next week for another Pet of the Week. So there you have it. That is Bethany. Bethany was really a great dog. And I want to thank, of course, Cottonwood Vet and Small Animal Clinic for sponsoring Pet of the Week. They are the big sponsor of the animal family part of Weather NorCal. So we are super thrilled to have them as a sponsor. So get out there, and if you see them or out and about, be sure to thank them for their sponsorship. So yeah, if you're interested, be sure to give the Haven Humane Society a call, and they will be glad to take care of you. Let's see here. Interesting here. Anthony's saying, we've raised pitties for 20 years, and sad we can't even get homeowners insurance in California if you own one. What? That sounds kind of crazy. Pretty sad the owner isn't held accountable because we've never had a problem. Yeah, I mean, I've heard all the bad things about pit bulls, right? I mean, it's really bad. It's terrible when you get these rumors and these just stereotypes, and they tend to stick, and it creates problems. So it's just sad. It's just sad because any pit bull I've ever met has been just awesome. They've been really awesome. But I'll be honest, before I knew and really kind of was a big fan of pets and all that and dogs, you know, I kind of fell into that category of thinking that the stereotype was true about pit bulls, right? And so there was that little bit of intimidation factor when I'd see one. But then again, later on in life, discovering my experience with pit bulls has all been 100% good. So it just depends. It's terrible. I hate that. Yes, you're probably right, Anthony. All right, let's get to the forecast, shall we? And of course, we've got to mention our sponsor, which is Wind River Resort and Casino. At Wind River Resort and Casino, enjoy friendly service, a wide variety of specials and promotions, plus all of your favorite slots and table games. Again, thanks Wind River for their support of Weather NorCal and their sponsorship of Coffee with Krueger. All right, let's take a look at those current conditions out there right now. And yeah, it's pretty mild out there. Yes, the winds have died down for most of us, but we are seeing, this thing's in my way. I meant to kind of change that a little bit earlier. It's kind of getting in the way of my monitor. Oh, I can see better now. All right, so 64 degrees right now for Redding, 61 in Red Bluff, 59 degrees. I'll get that collar going. Try to make itself a little bit better, more presentable. There we go. 43 degrees for Alturas, 47 in Susanville. We are looking at some cool spots this morning, though. There you can see out in Bernie, about 35, as well as Chester. Still in the upper 30s in Quincy right now. 48 out in Hoopa, and 50 right now in Eureka. So here's the headlines. We got the weaker winds. It's still going to be breezy out there. Don't get me wrong. Still breezy in some spots here. You're going to notice that going through the day today and even tomorrow. But overall, the winds are just kind of on the downward trend. But what's on the upper trend are the temperatures. Now, we did get up to 91 degrees in Oroville yesterday, but that was the only spot in the valley, at least recorded, that I could see that saw 90 degrees for the first time this year, by the way. But today, I think everyone in the valley should most likely see 90 degrees or higher. Now, we're looking at the possibility for some showers, maybe some thunderstorms, especially for the second half of the weekend. We'll get into that here in a second. And bigger heat next week. We're going to talk about that in more detail here, come up a little bit as well. What's happening now is, yes, we've got this big ridge of high pressure in place, and that's the big void of clouds. A bit of a spin of low pressure. So the high here, the low here, they've been working together to give us the gusty winds over the last several days, but they're spreading apart. They're moving farther and farther apart from each other, and as a result, the winds are dying down. But we're actually kind of noticing some energy breaking off from this main area of low pressure right here. This could bring some thunderstorm activity to the spine of especially the south part of the Sierra, getting out towards Yosemite Park, for example. But I think everyone else, even here in Northern California, the mountains looking at those dry conditions. But with that said, you'll notice some of those puffy cumulus clouds developing, especially off to the east, northeast, Modoc County, eastern mountains, maybe even parts of Siskiyou County. But otherwise, sunny skies across the board here for today. But tomorrow, look at this. Tomorrow, we're seeing partly cloudy skies. Could we see a stray sprinkle, a light shower in some of these clouds? Not out of the question, but don't count on it. It's going to be a gorgeous day for your Saturday, just a little warm. And that's kind of picking up there in extreme northwestern Siskiyou County. And of course, dry for the coast. But look at this as we go into Mother's Day on Sunday. The marine layer looks like it's going to kind of make its way back to the coast. Now we're seeing the potential for showers and thunderstorms popping up in the mountains. Siskiyou County, Modoc, eastern mountains. Now, even Trinity County could see a stray shower on Sunday, okay? But overall, I don't anticipate much here. It's picking up on some clouds here for the valley. That probably won't happen. I think expect mainly sunny skies on Sunday. And again, don't let this, get in your head. I think it's going to be okay for the most part on Sunday, but don't be surprised if anywhere in Siskiyou, Modoc, in the eastern mountains, you see a stray shower and maybe even an isolated thunderstorm on Sunday. But then we go into Monday through next week, it dries out. any activity will mainly be confined over the Sierra here as we go, especially in those afternoon hours, that typical afternoon thunderstorms here for the Sierra here through next week. All right, let's talk about the temperatures now, because this right here is not necessarily what I'm concerned about for next week. In fact, this is what's going to give us the warmer temperatures over the weekend, Saturday, Sunday. But this cooler air here is going to ride to our north and suppress the heat. Now, don't let this fool you. Don't let this go, oh my gosh, we're going to see a big dip in our temperatures, because we won't. It's still going to be warm early next week, but this is suppressing this heat from building in and really creating much warmer temperatures. So this is kind of a saving grace to get us at least away from the mid to even upper 90s. But once that moves out, this high pressure is going to start to move on in. It's going to build and build and build going into next week. So I expect another spike in our temperatures by Tuesday, Wednesday, maybe even Thursday of next week. But here's where I have to kind of stop and explain a few things to you, because remember I was talking about earlier, you may have other weather apps that are indicating 100 degrees or higher toward the end of next week. You may have seen it elsewhere of 100 degrees or higher. But here's the thing. This model that we're looking at is the GFS. It's the American Forecast model, right? So it's showing Thursday, even Friday of next week, this big ridge of high pressure. This would indicate that, yeah, upper 90s, maybe some triple-digit heat for Thursday, Friday of next week. However, if we were to look at the European forecast model, this ridge wouldn't be here. Yes, the warmer air would be in place, but we would have another storm system riding to the north, suppressing that heat. So as a result, the European forecast model actually wants to bring us cooler weather by the time we get toward the end of next week. So I just can't set it in stone to really start ramping up those temperatures near the end of next week, because I'm just not convinced yet. I've got to see more agreement between the long-range forecast models before we can really set that in stone. So be prepared for the fact that, yes, it might be a heat wave toward the end of next week, but as of right now, I'm not buying it just yet. And you take a look at the temperature outlook here for the Climate Prediction Center here. We've got warmer than normal conditions, and that's to be expected. All right, so here's a look at our wave heights. Here's today. The wave height's not that bad. All right, now we're going to take you into Saturday. You have to kind of look closely. You'll see the kind of retreat a little bit, and then they kind of come back, but overall, not much change in those wave heights for the next couple of days. So the winds will be from the north at 5 to 10 knots, waves from the northwest at 5 feet at 11 seconds, and there are no small craft advisories, gale warnings, or anything like that. Looks like it's pretty good out there. All right, so here's your Trinity County neighborhood forecast. So today it's warmer, sunny skies, more clouds, but dry on Saturday. Sunday, we could see a stray sprinkle, a light shower, and an off chance for a thunderstorm. Okay, most of the thunderstorms, if we see any, will be in Siskiyou, Modoc, and eastern mountains, but even that is not going to be terribly promising either. And of course, same situation in southern Trinity County as well. All right, here's your North Coast neighborhood forecast. 88 for Miranda, 89 for Redway, Red Crest about 85. And there you can see, of course, some clouds coming in, but still dry. It'll be dry for the North Coast as well. Look for a high of 78 degrees in Ferndale, 81 degrees in Fortuna today. Temperatures increasing, and it looks like maybe even some more clouds coming in on Sunday. We've got a bit of that marine layer coming in, especially kind of hitting the coast on Sunday and Mother's Day, and that'll kind of cool things off a bit. But yeah, we're warming up on Saturday, a dip Sunday, Monday, going back up by next Tuesday and Wednesday. We take you north, Smith River 83, 81 for Gas Key. There's Oric about 78 degrees with those winds coming in from the south-southeast at about 6 miles per hour. Here's your Siskiyou County neighborhood forecast. There it is, a chance. Doesn't mean everyone's going to see it, but everyone has the chance, okay? So there's a very good chance that you'll make it through the day on Sunday, on Mother's Day, without seeing a drop of rain, without seeing a thunderstorm, but we can't rule out the possibility. I don't want you to be surprised by a stray sprinkle, light shower, or maybe even a thunderstorm on Mother's Day. Same situation for Modoc County for your Sunday. Otherwise, sunny skies today, a few more clouds coming in on Sunday, mainly dry. Your Eastern Mountains neighborhood forecast, 83 today for Montgomery Creek, 83 for Paynes Creek, and 75 degrees out in Hat Creek. Your Lassen, Lake Almanor forecast here. There you can see temperatures in the low 70s for the lake. And there you can see out at the park, upper 50s, even some 60s in there as well. Your Eastern Mountains to the south, Paradise, 83. I've got you dry for the next 7 days. Susanville, though, Yeah, maybe a stray shower, maybe a stray thunderstorm on Sunday. 91 degrees for Corning, 93 for Durham and Chico, a high of about 92 to 93. Take you up north, there's your Valley Neighborhood forecast brought to you by NorCal Tractor. We've got 91 for Reading, 91 for Anderson, 85 for Lakehead, and 85 in Whiskeytown. All right, here's your 7-day outlook for Reading. Temperatures low 90s through the weekend, and then temperatures kind of ticking upwards. 94 Monday, 96 degrees on Tuesday. I've got you up at the 97 on Wednesday. Now, these temperatures that you see for Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, it's one of those stay tuned type of forecasts because we're going to have to see what the long-range forecast models end up kind of coming out with. But bottom line, it's going to be warm, borderline hot, depending on how you look at it here, going into next week and toward the end of next week. So there you have it. We are going to announce the winners again here shortly. Let's see what everybody's got going on here. Today's weather is a beautiful day. It's my birthday and I love the weather right now. Well, happy birthday to you, Ruth Sanchez. Thank you so much for sharing that information. Everyone out there, be sure to wish her a happy birthday. Anthony did already, saying, Ruth Sanchez, happy birthday. Even put a birthday cake for you. He got you a cake. How cool is that? Krista, she got you a balloon. She's also saying happy birthday to you, Ruth, so happy birthday to you. Well, of course, Ruth is now thanking you. You guys are all ahead of me. Tracy now also saying happy birthday. Okay, so drum roll please, because I'm about to announce the winners again. Of course, I announced them at the very top. I will announce them again. So here we go. Watch closely. There it is. The winners are Cynthia McIntosh, Casey Kerrigan, Trent King, Dwayne, he didn't give me his last name, but he's still entered in the contest, and then Angelina Darker. So, congratulations to you all. I will be contacting you probably closely after the show. I've got to take care of a few things first, and then I'll contact you. And then I'd like for you to respond which day you would like. So think about which day you'd like, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, or Saturday. And depending on who responds to me first, I've only got so many tickets for each day. So, respond, as quickly as you can. Keep checking those emails to make sure. So, Casey saying, woot, winner, winner, chicken dinner. Congratulations to everyone from Anthony Platts. And Julie also saying happy birthday to Ruth. I need to make a special graphic now. Get ready for some birthdays so I can celebrate everybody's birthday. So, all right, I'm glad we were able to get those winners out there, and so congratulations to you all. So be sure to check your emails. I will be emailing all 5 of those winners. You get 2 tickets, one for you and one for a loved one or a friend, family, or friend person, I don't know, whatever, whoever. You could do whatever it is you want with them, but they are your tickets. Hopefully you will go to the Reading Rodeo. It's a really cool event. I know I'll be going on Thursday. I'm really excited about that. It should be fun, and hope to see some of you there. Well, that is going to do it for us today, folks. I am going to leave you with a little bit of music here, and we're going to take a look at some cameras to wrap up the show. I'll see you, well, today's Friday, so I won't see you on Coffee with Krueger until next Monday. So until then, have yourselves a great Friday, and enjoy your weekend.